Great budget red dot option or just a piece of crap? Let's find out. Hey man, before we get started, I hate to ask, but we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you don't mind, man, hitting that button for me, I appreciate it. Just kind of helps us, keep things rolling and making videos and content for y'all out there, man. All right, let's get started. Hey man, looking for your best bang for the buck red dot? So am I. So I've been looking around for things. I get tired of, you go out there and you spend, even like when you get into a house and stuff, you're up, $250, $400, $300 or whatever. And then, even some of you are either more budget, you're just always, get up a $200, $250 for a red dot. And I started saying, you do see options out there like ADE and, some of these other ones where they're running around that $100, $150 range. And you're like, man, do I want to do that? Is that going to be a problem? And so I was like, hey, let me give it a shot. Let me reach out. I'm going to ask ADE, hey man, do you mind if I review one of your red dots? And they said, sure, go for it. And they sent me one. They sent me the ADE Apollo, which is a micro size like the 507, 407K size. And it actually has, again, free and clear, no issues, no mag. It has a solar panel on top, aluminum construction. It has an always on feature with an auto brightening feature. So you have no controls on this optic whatsoever. Has a 4 MOA dot. Also has the see the cutouts right on the back there. So if you wanted to co-witness, this does have suppressor high sights, so we wouldn't be able to co-witness. But if you had it on something else like a Canik or anything else like that, one of your Glocks, it would be able to co-witness. So far, I'm like, hey, but how will it hold up? So went out to the range, took a young fellow of mine that's trying to learn to get into guns, and we just throw round after round after round after round. I think we got, some around 400 or 500 rounds through it, and, see how she turns out. That she starts to lose zero, how does it hold up, to the stress of going out there fighting. We do have this mounted on our Thesis double stack 1911 Night Stalker. So let's go out to the range and see how it did, and then we'll come on back and we'll talk about it. All right, hey man, out here today trying the ADE Apollo. This is that one that's kind of like a Hollison 407K size, but it's got a solar panel on there. It's kind of a budget optic. Trying to really see, is it worth that extra money? It does has aluminum construction, solar panel on there for battery. It does have rear sights on there, which is covered up by my suppressor sights. We do have it on the Thesis double stack Night Stalker. Trying to get out here, put some rounds to it and see how she does. So far, it's really holding zero. Like you got another guy out here with me. We're kind of throwing some rounds to it. It's holding zero, doing really good, man. As far a budget optic, so far no complaints, man. And I think they run about 130 bucks or so. Probably can get them cheaper if you're going to look. But we'll keep shooting, man, and see if we have any errors. But so far, we're doing pretty good. So far, man, we're doing really good on this. I'm kind of really liking it. It's got about a 4 MOA dot. It's kind of a bigger dot through this window. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but let me see that camera there. If you can kind of get a view on this dot. There we go. You see that? It has a pretty good dot, and it is auto dimming, so it is really bright out here. We're kind of a dusk day. Sorry about that transition, but yeah, so far so good. Like I said, we're staying pretty good. I got a target out there, probably a 10-inch, 8-inch round. Probably got it out there, probably about, what's that, probably about 15 yards. But so far it's doing really good. It's about holding zero. Like I said, so far pretty good, man, for the money. But we'll keep going. Let's go back to the cage and we'll tell you what the final thoughts are. All right, man, back from the range. As you see, we threw a bunch of rounds through it. And I was also curious with the new shooter how he felt about it. And He loved it. He's always been having a real trouble to, you know, as far as like hitting targets out there. And he was just like, man, I'm hitting everything. And we threw, I think I said like 400 or 500 rounds through it. No problems whatsoever. Stage 0. Really good. Like I said, it's got the aluminum construction. So you got that tougher, I think it uses a 6061, I believe, aluminum construction. It does have the solar panel on there, because I think it uses a 2032 battery that is bottom loaded. So you do have to take the optic off and if you want to change the battery. But when you're out in the sun, you're running right there. It's got a solar panel, so if you're out in the sun, it's not using a battery. And I think they rate this thing, as it say on the box, I want to say it's 50,000 hours is what they rate this thing for. Which is a long ass time. Plus you throw in the time that you have with the solar panel, and it works great. So, no issues. And they run about 130 bucks. So far, great. Did I have any problems with it? To be honest, yes. So here they are. What were my cons? Again, plus high. It stayed rugged, stayed on dot. Very clear, very easy to see. What were my issues with it? There's no adjustment. Some people that might be good, some people might be bad. There's no buttons on this whatsoever. So it does always use the auto brightening feature, and it did a great job. I never had any issues seeing it. And if you can see now, again, we are free and clear. There we go, free and clear. So if you can see that dot, it has a very clear, very good dot on that. Very good. But it would be nice to be able to adjust it up and down if you wanted to manually, but it's not a big deal. Other thing is, it kind of had me a little worried. It is always on. And again, they say this thing is supposed to rate like a 50 or 60,000 hours with it being all the way on. Plus you've got the solar. So that's one thing. Like, you can't turn it off. It's always going to be on, which is cool. Some people like it's always ready. When you pull out, it's always there. But it'd been cool if they would have thrown a shake away. But again, you're getting $130. So you have to cut somewhere. Now, on the initial run, I did have some quality issues, and that was good for me, because that got a chance for me to test the warranty. I am huge. I don't care if I'm walking a Trijicon, you know, the best optic in the world. If the warranty sucks, I don't want it, because you never know what's going to happen. If something's going to get broke, I want to be able to have that reassurance. Like, if something happens, and I spent all this money on an optic, whether it was $130 or $430, I want to be able to know that if something happens, they got my back. And I've had really good with like Crimson Trace. I've called them. No problem. Boom. Send me a new one. Vortex, no problem. Send me a new one. I had a little problem with Holliston dragging their feet on one. But these guys, so I reached out. What the problem was when I was doing the windage adjustment, the screw started unthreading whenever I was adjusting the red dot. Still worked, still able to get it. But I asked them, I said, is that issue? And they was like, yeah, that's not supposed to do that. Boom. Sent me one right in the mail with no problem. And then they actually sent me a return package. So when I sent them back the other one, I didn't have to do anything. They just said drop it in the mail. Or just throw it in the little package they send me, seal it up, put it in the mail, boom, gone. Effortless. I was like, that's awesome. So then you know they hold to it. And then I had another one that they had sent me that I noticed that the quality as far as the housing, compared to the one they sent, the other one, the housing was a little bit longer on one of them. So I asked him that. He's like, hey, you know, is that, and, you know, that does happen because they, you know, when they get things in from overseas, because these come from China. So, but yeah. And again, test it. Warranty, called them, no issue, boom. Take care of it. So far, you know, the peace of mind and the warranty on it has been, you know, good. The quality on it has been good. So even if I did spend $130 on this Apollo, red dot, I know that, you know, if it does break, they're going to be able to replace it and warranty it for me. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. So yeah, $130 if you're out there and you're looking for something just kind of throw on there to do it. This is the ADE Apollo red dot. And I'd recommend it. Yeah, for $130, dudes. And again, if something breaks, they're gonna fix it for you. I don't know where you can miss on that, man. Again, we threw like 400 or 500 rounds to it. Dot still dead on, working perfectly. So yeah, no issues. So I would recommend it. Is it the best out there for the money? No, but is it a good quality red dot for $100 to $130? I would say so. So there it is, man. ADE Apollo 11, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you got any questions, leave it in the comments. But again, we are really close to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, we're right there. So if you don't mind, I hate to ask, but if you don't mind, that'd be great. But all right, man. Until next time.